So Season 1 of Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 is coming to a close in the next couple of days, and I want to go over my total review of the game and my pros, cons, and things that I'm neutral on, things that I'm not crazy about, but also things that I don't necessarily hate. So, got a couple of topics to go over, and we will cover everything, and hopefully after this, you guys will decide to buy the game. So, without further ado, guys, here is my review of Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. So, starting off with the pros, the first thing that I have is probably the maps, except for border crossing, but I will get into that later under the cons. All the maps in this game are actually pretty nice. And I'm not talking about the maps that they reintroduced like Shipment or Shoot House. I'm talking about the new original maps that they introduced into the game. All of the maps are actually pretty fun to play on. I don't necessarily think there's any maps that I dislike other than Border Crossing. All the maps play fluid. It's all nice and smooth, and like the matches are just, they play well in these maps. Seems like they really went back to their traditional 3-laned maps, which is a really good call to make. It's just an overall good experience playing on these maps, and I am so glad that they brought back the old tradition of 3-lane maps into Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. There's not too much to say about the maps. They're not extremely like fantastic or anything, but they are good enough, and I'm just glad that we got some decent maps that we can play on. And yeah, I'm not going to go too much further with the maps. So the next thing that I have for a pro is the camo unlocks. And I really like the system for camo unlocks, because once you unlock a base camo for one gun, you unlock them for all guns, which is something I really like. You don't have to grind for the same camos all the time. All the camos are different for every gun. And when you unlock them, you can throw it on a different gun if you so please. Except for the gold and the higher tier camos, you do not unlock for every gun. You have to grind for gold and the other camos that you unlock later on when you start leveling up guns and unlock camos. But all of the base camos you can unlock for every gun, which is, I think, a really good thing for us players, because it really opens up customization for us, in my opinion, because you don't have to grind for the same camos over and over and over again, except for gold and all that. But your base camos are all different, and that's a really cool thing. You can unlock different camos with different guns that you level up. So the next thing that I have for a pro is movement. I really like the movement in this game. I think that Infinity Ward did a really good job at doing the movement and changing up the movement a little bit, and it plays good. It's nice and smooth. You don't have to worry about everybody slide canceling everywhere. It's actually kind of nice, and I know that a lot of people complained about it at first, but honestly, it was certainly different for me, but I actually got used to it very quickly, and it really helped me improve as a player. Moving on, so the next thing kind of combined. So the first one is guns. A lot of the guns in this game are actually really fun to play, except for the battle rifles. I absolutely despise the battle rifles, but I just simply don't play battle rifles. But there's so many other guns that you can play as. I absolutely love the SMGs in this game. I've always been an assault rifle person, but SMGs have been top notch this game, and I have been playing the shit out of SMGs, and I'm so glad that they can make SMGs decent in this game, and I'm so glad that I got to switch over from assault rifles to SMGs. My favorite SMG is the mini-back. Let me know in the comments what your favorite gun is. Kinda piggybacking off of the guns is the attachments and tuning. So the attachments work the same as camos. If you unlock an attachment, you pretty much unlock it universally, which I think is really cool. You know, you don't, again, with the camos, you don't have to grind the same attachments for every single gun. You unlock like a specific laser, you can use them on all guns, scopes, and all that. And I really like the tuning aspect of things, because you can pretty much make any gun work the way that you want it to. So if you want to build like a long range SMG, you can. If you want to make a shorter range marksman rifle or sniper rifle, you absolutely can do that. All the guns in this game, you can pretty much make do whatever you want to do, obviously with limits. Obviously, you're not going to shoot an SMG from like 150 meters away. That's highly unrealistic. But for the most part, you can pretty much make any kind of class you want in this game, and I think that's such a great thing. And I definitely feel like it really caters to different styles of players, because not every player is like, oh, I want to shoot long range or I want to shoot short range. You know, there's such a wide variety of play types that you could do in this game, and I feel like Call of Duty did their best, and they did a really good job to cater to everybody, and no matter how you play. So those are the pros that I have for this game, and now we're gonna move on to the neutral thing. And I say neutral and not neutrals because I really only have one thing that I'm not crazy about, but I don't hate. And that is the battle pass system. At first, I really didn't like it, but then it grew on me, and now I don't really mind it that much. I don't like it, but I don't like it as much as I like the pros of this game, but I also don't hate it. It's just kind of a neutral thing for me. So the way that they did the battle pass system in this game is they split everything up into sectors. And it's like a honeycomb type thing that you gotta progress through. And at first I was like, I don't like that. And the only reason why I did not like that at first is because you actually have to go into the battle pass and unlock things manually, rather than just leveling up the battle pass and just unlocking everything all at once, or not even having to open up the battle pass until you complete the thing, which I mean you can still technically do, but it can be time consuming just clicking everything, because you have to unlock 5 things to complete a sector. But now it's just kind of something that I'm neutral on. I'm not like crazy about it, but I'm also not really like a hater of it. Like it's just there, and I accept it, and it's nothing that will make me want to not purchase the next battle pass for season 2. So I really need you guys to hear me out on my cons. So obviously we all have our different opinions, and that's perfectly okay. And you guys might like some of this stuff, and you guys might have not liked some of the things that I like about the game, and that's perfectly okay. I just need you guys to hear me out on this. This is my opinion. You guys are entitled to your own opinion. So without further ado, we're going to move on to the cons of this game, in my opinion. So the first one is weapon unlocks. And the way that they have the weapon unlock system go is there are certain guns that you cannot unlock until you have to unlock another gun. So sometimes it could just be like a big train of having to unlock guns just to play the one gun that you want to play. Say that you want to play an SMG. It is locked. You have to get a completely different gun leveled up. And then you go to find that gun. And then you find that gun that you need to unlock, only to find that gun locked. And you have to unlock a completely different gun. So sometimes it could just be a real hassle just trying to unlock a gun. And it could be kind of a grindy thing. Like, you'll play with a gun that you don't even want to use for a majority of the time. Like, I remember I had to level up a battle rifle in order to unlock a shotgun just to play an SMG that I wanted to play. And it does become kind of grindy. So if you don't mind grinding and being a little bit more going out of your comfort zone in Call of Duty, then you might like it. But for me personally, I'm just not a huge fan of it. I feel like I waste so much time just leveling up guns that I don't want to level up at this time, just so I can play the guns that I want to level up. And now this next thing that is such a disappointment to me, and it's not really because of the game itself, it's more so of the community. The Call of Duty community, I feel like, is slowly turning into like treating Call of Duty as a weapon leveling simulator game rather than a first-person shooter game. And I only say that because you got people running around shipment and just with shotguns and riot shields and rocket launchers, and I get that that's been a thing for years, but it's been so bad because I'm just trying to level up an SMG, and you know, I'm getting one shot by someone in a shotgun in between containers at shipment, and they got a riot shield on their back, and they're just trying to level up these guns, and I'm just trying to casually play. Like, sometimes I'm not even trying to unlock guns or unlock camo. Sometimes I just want to kick back and just casually play. And that's how I play most of the time. I don't really play to unlock camos as much as most people do. I mostly play just casually. It does become frustrating when I just want to kick back and casually play and someone is just trying to grind shotgun camos and I'm just trying to run around and kill people and get objectives, and I get blasted in one shot, and then I get hit with knives and riot shields. And it does become frustrating, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. It's not a Call of Duty issue, it's more so of a community problem. I just kind of learned to accept it, but at the same time, it still does bother me sometimes. It is what it is, you know. I'm not trying to complain too much about it. It is what it is. So the last thing on my cons is the purchasable skins. The skins that you can buy at the store, and the skins that you can unlock in this game just by buying it, they're not anything special. Most of them are not anything crazy. They look like just normal operators. Some of the operators that you can unlock in-game are actually nicer than the skins that you can purchase. I feel like that is like a major letdown. I know that it's still very early on in the game cycle, and I know that we're getting a whole other year of this game, so I'm not like expecting so much like great skins at the beginning, but at the same time, like, I feel as though those skins you should be able to unlock in game because they're not anything crazy. Even the gun skins are not even that cool looking. And I'm not asking for any like futuristic looking, like, at the end of the day, it is a modern warfare style game. Like, you want things to look casual and modern, but at the same time, you should be able to just let us purchase cool things. Obviously, with Call of Duty Vanguard, it was a World War II style game, and you had so many like futuristic characters and guns, and it was that's why I didn't play that game, because it just didn't sit right with the setting of the game. And that's why I very much enjoy this game, because it's very based in its time. Like, you're not gonna find flying all over the place, you're not gonna find super futuristic looking characters or guns or any of that. It's just a modern style game, and that is why I think that this game is so great. And I'm not trying to dick ride the game or anything. Honestly, I honestly feel like that this game is probably the best Call of Duty since Black Ops 4. Black Ops Cold War definitely comes in second place. I enjoyed Cold War a lot. I feel like this Modern Warfare 2 is slightly better than Cold War, and I feel like that they definitely improved on a lot of things, and I definitely have high hopes for this game, that they will keep this game fun, really able to keep us sucked into the game for the 2 years of its cycle time. Because quite frankly, Vanguard was not a good Call of Duty game at all. The 2019 Modern Warfare game was alright. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't that great. I didn't play it all that much. Black Ops Cold War really sucked me into it, and then this game sucked me even more into Call of Duty. And I feel like this game will definitely leave a huge mark in the community, and I just feel like that this game in particular will make up so many people's childhoods, because I grew up playing the original Modern Warfare 2 as well as Black Ops 1 and 2 and 3 even. So I feel like that this game has such a potential to mark people's childhoods, the same as we can say the same thing about the previous Modern Warfare 2 game. Most of us in our early 20s, mid 20s can say that we probably grew up on Modern Warfare 2. So I feel like that this game will leave a mark on people's childhoods, and that's what I like to feel. I like to feel that there are people younger than me that can have similar experiences as I did when I was a kid. So that's going to be it for this review of Modern Warfare 2. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please smash the like button if you guys enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you guys want to see more. And follow me on Twitch, twitch.tv/bravescythe118. And I will leave that link down in the description. So if you guys want to give me a follow, you know, I do stream Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 a lot, and I've been dabbling into other games. So if you guys want to see either Call of Duty or a little bit of a variety, then you guys can absolutely give me a follow, and I will see you guys soon. Later.